Once again, I greet all my listeners, friends, and well wishers. Welcome again to my marriage committee. This time around, we are going to be continuing on our question and answers. And today we are going to be looking at what are the red flags that can make marriage committee to start frustrating you. There are numbers of things that the marriage committee may see in you that will make them to begin to suspect and possibly start investigating into some steps you have taken and you are about to take. So red signals are actually negative things, whether verbal or non-verbal communication, that will be seen in you, and it will start attracting frustrations from the MC. The first one is lies. When you begin to tell lies to the marriage committee and they detect this, of course they are going to detect because they are older than you, they are more experiential, they are pastors. Life has taught them a lot of lessons. So when you begin to tell them lies, maybe about your age, they will ask you some vital questions. They want to know what you are doing for a living. They want to know your age. They want to know whether you are born again or not. They want to know whether you are proposed to the sister before coming to them. So if they discover that you are telling them lies, they will not take it easy with you. Of course, you know that devil is a liar and the father of all liars. So they will first of all note that you are not born again. You should begin to tell them lies. Then the second one is when you want the MC to dance to your tune and your timing. You start telling them, I must marry before December this year. This is the month of August. You have not even made proposal. You have not done introduction. You have not gone into courtship. And you are giving the MC timing. You are giving them your own tune. You feel that whoever that plays the pipe dictates the tune. It doesn't work like that in the marriage committee. You feel that, well, it is my marriage, so I deserve the time that I'm going to get married, the time I'm going to do this and that. No, it doesn't work that way. The MC is not liable to dance to your tune at any time. And the third one is sexual intimacy with the would-be spouse. If the marriage committee discovers that you've gone into sexual intimacy, you've gone into sexual intercourse, which is called fornication, even if it is once or for several times, it's going to be very, very difficult for the MC to grant you the right hand of fellowship, because that is not welcome. It is not supposed to be. Number 4, when you make yourself susceptible to covering up certain things, when the MC is asking you questions and you make yourself susceptible to covering up certain things, they are asking you questions that you cannot answer point blank. You can't tell them certain testimonies about how God convinced you that this is the person you are going to marry. They ask you for your job. You are trying to play some pranks. They ask you, maybe do you have are you living on your own, or you are living with somebody? Maybe you are squatting, or you are living with your parents, and you cannot answer their questions, or you are using questions to answer questions. It proves very difficult for the MC, and they may not give you right hand of fellowship, like I call it. Number 5, when the wrongs or errors or your inadequacies are perceived by them, but you do not perceive it. It's so funny. You know, in my language, in Africa, here in Nigeria, Yoruba language, we say that when children or when a child is falling a tree in the forest, the elders will be looking at where the tree is going to fall. So there are some faults of yours that the marriage committee will perceive, but you may not be able to perceive. Once they perceive those things, they begin to give you trouble. Then number 6, bitter truths that cannot be told due to the madness of love or intoxication of love. Permit me to call it madness of love. You know, there's a Chinese proverb that say that a man that is in love is totally mad until married. If the marriage committee perceives that there are bitter truths that you will not be able to swallow, let me say bitter pills, that you not be able to swallow about the person concerned, that is the name of the person that you brought, and they don't want it to be exposed. They don't want to tell you the actually bitter truth. Maybe the person lived a wayward life before, and she has no womb any longer, and the sister, they have called her severally. You may not even be the first brother that will bring her name to the marriage committee, and the sister have opened to the marriage committee. Sars and Ma, don't just let's not deceive ourselves. I cannot get married. There's no point for me to get married in life because I have no womb. So let me just be believing God that when God does it, I will settle. Or maybe she's hermaphrodite, or one way or the other, she's not complete. Or maybe the brother himself too is not complete, and the brother knows and has told the marriage committee, but because it becomes a secret between him or her and the marriage committee, so they don't want to expose that, and you took the name of that individual to the marriage committee, they will not tell you. It's a bitter pill that you cannot swallow, and it's a bitter truth that the marriage committee does not want to expose. So definitely they will not tell you this truth, and because you are madly in love with the would-be spouse, you may take it as frustration from them. They'll just tell you, brother, sister, you are advised to continue in prayer till God will give you full assurance that this individual is your wife or your brother. Another reason why you might have issues with the marriage committee is when the MC is trying to avoid blame game at the end of the day. Just like I said earlier on, that if the person whose name you brought is not marriageable, and you are trying to prove to the marriage committee, and the MC is trying to avoid blame game, because eventually you are going to start referring to the marriage committee. Didn't they know? Were they not aware? And they allow me to go ahead and get to get in relationship, to this relationship with this person who is not marriageable. So the marriage committee might keep mute on things like this. Then the next one is the MC might be using coded language to warn, caution, or point the realities of life to you, but you are not able to perceive it. You are not able to read the signals that the marriage committee is passing across to you. You might feel that you are being frustrated. You know, it's not every word that is being said openly. Just like we said that we don't line our dirty clothes outside. Yes, so it's not everything that the elders in the marriage committee will want to say out. So once they didn't say one or two things out, you might pick offense, you might have issues with them and feel that you are being frustrated, which is not supposed to be so. Then there are other personal problems you may give to the MC. Some of us, we actually give MC personal problems. They ask you questions you don't want to answer. Because of the stories you have heard about them, you feel that when I get there, they can't treat me like they did to brother so and so. They can't treat me like they did to sister so and so. When I get there, and then you've heard that there's a particular sister, there's a particular brother, there's a particular daddy or father or mother in the Lord who is at the marriage committee, who used to do this, who used to do that, and then you want to really, you have reinforced yourself that when you get there, this is what you are going to do. So the problem that you give to the marriage committee, of course, the marriage committee will give it back to you. And finally, for today, when you have a battle, spiritual battle, maybe as a result of the future, as a result of your calling, as a result of what the devil has foreseen concerning your calling, your ministry, your generation, and what God has invested in your life, of course, devil will want to frustrate your life so that you not have a marital success. And that is one of the aspects that determines your success in life, whether in academics, spiritual, physical, material, socially, every way. If you miss it maritally, you stand a narrow chance of making it in every other aspect of life. So once the devil knows that you have a great calling particularly ministerial calling, devil will want to double cross that aspect of your marital life, and because of that, it could raise an obstacle, it could raise barriers that will make you to feel frustrated and possibly give up. But upon all this, my prayer is for you that the Lord God Almighty will see you through, will help you. He has seen many of us through that we had a successful sailing with the marriage committee, and today by the grace of God we can stand tall and share with you in the wealth of experience that we had with them, and God who helped us will also rise up to help you. Don't forget, I remain the same pastor that you know, your friend on YouTube, on Facebook. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe. We continue to have more questions and answers bothering your mind on marriage committee, my marriage committee. I remain Pastor Joel Eneafe Williams. God bless you.